Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and I'm on vacation, but that doesn't mean I ever stop filming. Anytime we go somewhere, we really try to find animal things to do. Today it's overcast, it's gonna rain. We're here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Perfect day to go with Rainforest Adventures and see what kind of animals they have here. They have a beautiful waterfall outside. Let's go check it out. So YouTube, we got an interesting animal here, and Jim was kind enough to take it out for us. What do you have, Jim?
This is a Taiwan beauty snake. It's only a few years old. She's going to get quite large. She'll get somewhere between 7 to 8 feet. Of course, she's going to stay slender, and she's semi-arboreal. This is actually the animal I take out more than any other animal, just to introduce people to snakes. It's an interesting animal because it moves a lot. Or, you know, a lot of snakes just sit in your hand and likes to explore.
I have to check this out.
Now, what does arboreal mean?
It means it likes to climb.
So it's kind of like a carpet python deer. It's going to spend a lot of its time in trees, about half and half if it's semi-arboreal. And the cool thing is, you know, we're so used to ball pythons, and this is a colubrid, correct?
Correct.
So it's not really my area of expertise, but just such a pretty snake. And it's, you said it's a member of the rat snake family.
Correct, yes.
Which I think is kind of neat, because we have, you know, rat snakes right here in the United States, but obviously this is from Taiwan.
Yeah, this is a different genus, but yes, it's a member, it's a type of rat snake, yes.
So that family has stretched itself clear around the globe, right, buddy? And it's really friendly. Kind of checking me out.
And it's getting ready to shed right now, so it's a little dark. Okay. But what I really like about these snakes is how the pattern changes. Look. Sometimes I'll have it out and people think I have two different snakes.
That's because it gets a
striped tail.
Yeah, it turns to a solid-sided snake over here with the actual, like, almost a repeating pattern here. And where is that change taking place? It just kind of just melts into it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really pretty animal. So this would be an egg-laying snake, correct? It's a rat snake?
Yes.
Really cool, and a constrictor to boot. But they can also just overpower some prey, am I right? I mean, they don't have to constrict everything.
I feed it primarily mice. Sometimes I'll give it a medium rat, but usually I'll feed it 5 or 6 mice. It seems to take them down better than it does a large food item.
Oh, I bet a medium rat on this thing just puts a heck of a bulge.
It does, yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to the next animal, YouTube. We're going to show you some really cool stuff here. I got a bird I got to show off. Every now and then I got to let Question Girl pick some animals. We're not just showing the same things over and over again. And she wanted to show you these conures. I'm terrible with bird names. But they are beautiful. You can see the reds, the yellows, the greens, the blues coming in the tail there. Just a gorgeous animal. This one up here even looks, instead of blues, to be almost a purple. And y'all know me, I love my purple. So really cool birds. And if you're a Patreon member, you'll get to hear a bird sing "Row, row, row your boat." I swear to God it happened. So go to Patreon and check out the "Row, row, row your boat" from the birds. Sometimes, guys, you just can't let size bother you. You know, if you're like big like me, or if you're small like Kurt, you still got to try to accomplish your goals. And here we have a little tortoise who's not letting size get in his way. Don't let size get in your way, buddy. You can go for it. He's really trying. I don't think he's getting much done. All right, let's give them a little privacy. I don't think he wants to do that in public. Hey YouTube, every now and then we get to actually get in and be a part of something. So we're gonna crawl in and say hi to these girls. Now these are a big berm. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Of course, this is a large albino here. This berm, they said, is gravid. Oh, I see. You're just not having it today, are you? She's little gravid. It's gonna be a little bit grumpy. And then we got one in the water here. How are you doing, huh? See if we can get this one out to come see. Oh. So just a lot of really beautiful Burmese pythons in here. Look at that, just gorgeous. And you know, look at the difference in the yellows. Oh my goodness, between these two. Just a beautiful, beautiful snake. I just love big snakes. You know, I don't keep a lot of them because they take so much like room. Yeah, I'm watching you because you gave me the hissy sound. But they are so neat, and if you have the space like this place has to keep them and keep them well, that is great. How are you doing? I see you working that tongue. Yeah, but just a beautiful, beautiful snake. Burmese typically get a bad rap for being very, very aggressive snakes, but they're really not. The big thing is they do have a wonderful food response. But if you're not getting a good food response out of them, once you get past that, as you can see, they tend to be big puppy dogs. You can usually just work with them all the time. You just got to get that initial shock out the way to make sure they know you're not food. Now, anytime you're dealing with a gravid female, they might be a little bit more angry. Here, you want back in the water? So I took you out, huh? You're going to lay down right there for me, aren't you? Yes, you are. So pretty. All right, guys, we better let these guys get back to it. Let that mama get back to laying eggs. They said she had 60 babies last time, which is awesome. Well, you can't crawl out. You got to stay in. Look, you got me all dirty. Look at that, too. Unlike a ball python, to work with, they're not that head shy, so you can kind of do whatever you want with them once you get them used to you. Really good. Okay, bye. I'll let you be. Yeah, I hear you. All right, guys, we're going to let them get back to home, and we'll go on.
He does a really good job of taking care of himself, and he bathes himself, and some of the other birds don't. But he's a great flyer, and we have been training. He will not come back to me yet, but he'll fly to the perch. So I'll start off kind of short, and then I'll get longer with him. He's a little distracted. He has his cracker right now. So.
Is that his tongue?
Yes, he has a weird tongue. All right, can you finish your cracker? Might be a second. But of course, it's really good exercise for him to get to fly. We've had to kind of slowly work up his flight muscles because he wasn't used to using them. Yeah, can you finish that? Are you about done?
Do you only work with the birds, or?
The birds are my favorite. I do a whole lot with them. Oh, I didn't tell you to go. Go further. Can you go further? But I love them because they are so smart. Perch. Good job.
Why are his feathers like green?
So he's got yellow under there. And the yellow is kind of to show off for the ladies. And I would say, I mean, he's a pretty handsome bird. Yes. All right, real further. Focus. See your perch. Go. Good job. And we had tried going that way, but he would get really distracted, and he loved to sit up there on the top of the bleachers. So for now, we're just going to go this direction.
All right, guys, another kind of different animal we have that I haven't got to see a lot of places is porcupines. So here they have 2 adult porcupines. They're in this really massive enclosure with some lovebirds. Really kind of neat. They've been hanging out kind of here all day. We did get to see one get up and stretch. Fortunately, we didn't have the camera running. And it fanned out almost like a peacock. Now, if you look at these things, the back of those quills is going to be extremely sharp. So if they were to, they're basically made so if a prey item tries to hurt them, they have a way to defend themselves by kind of bushing out. Now, they don't shoot those out like arrows or anything like that, but they can back into you or stick you with them. There is a really cool picture somewhere where I think it was a Burmese python, don't quote me, might have been in there, some kind of python tried to eat one of those, and it didn't go well because it decided not to take it, and it tried to push it out on a regurg backwards. And those quills all splayed out and kind of went through, and it didn't work out well for either animal, but it's a great show of what those quills are able to do, how sharp they are. It's a great little defense mechanism for an animal to be covered in its own little spines. All right, so we got invited into the enclosure, guys. I just want to, this is amazing. You can see these things play out. Look at that. Oh man, now they don't know me, so they're going to be a little more defensive. So I'm going to have to be a little bit kind of cautious. Oh, I get to pet a porcupine? Oh my goodness. Oh, that is the coolest thing ever.
They're pretty laid back.
Oh, yeah, you want to smell? Huh? Yeah, I'm not food. I know. Oh, I won't pet you the wrong way. You're looking for some treats, aren't you? So these guys have been hand raised, correct?
Oh yeah, they've been here since they were really little.
Because you couldn't do this with just a wild porcupine,
No,
obviously. It'd be a bad idea. And here you can see really how sharp those quills are. That's just crazy.
Now George here, which ended up being a female, but you know, hey, it's 2020, whatever, right?
Right.
So I used to bring that out, this one out for shows, and I could pick it up. But I left Rainforest for a little while, came back, did one show with it,
Yeah.
put it down, went to pick it up, and it tried to bite me, so I don't have to pick it up anymore.
Oh, you're smelling something valuable to me there, buddy. So neat.
You ain't got to worry about your shoes. They'd never eat anything look like that. Trust me. That color, that's
They're not into the purple, huh?
Natural.
Oh, hi, buds. This is a first for me.
Feel those ears. They're so soft.
Oh, they are. They're like velvet.
Yeah.
There's like no cartilage in them at all. It just feels like some skin almost. Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm touching a porcupine. That has never happened. Oh my goodness.
Look at that thing.
These guys are so cool. Now, when they splay that out, is that always defensive, or sometimes is it excitement, or?
Sometimes excitement. A lot of times it is defensive. And it's interesting because if they're eating and you throw up on them, whatever side you're on, they'll stick up that one side. Like they don't always stick up the whole thing.
They're just going to guard their,
yeah.
Hi, buddy. Yeah.
They've bit 2 people since they've been here. Both of them were gynecologist children. So as long as your parents aren't gynecologists, you should be okay.
I think we're good. Well, look at the size of those. Oh my goodness. And now it does 2 things. One, it's got the sharpness to it, but 2, it just makes them look big, right?
Yeah, yeah. And they carry a lot of bacteria. I got stuck in the finger one time and it swelled pretty bad.
So yeah, they're never gonna clean those quills. It's almost like way back in the old warfare days when they'd make the sticks with the bacteria to get the soldiers sick.
Right.
You guys are kind of doing the same thing, huh? What an amazing, amazing thing. What's that? I can't hear you, dear.
They are rodents, yes.
Okay, so the question girl was trying to ask if they were rodents, so we were trying to hear through the thick glass. They are a rodent family.
They are.
They're pretty big for a rodent family.
As a matter of fact, these are twice the size of North American porcupines, and they're different. They're different types of porcupines completely. They're different. They're even from different genus. But the most common thing is the fact that they are both rodents.
Well, that's really cool. You're checking out that shoelace, huh? Say, I like purple, right? That is so neat. And that hair is so wiry. Like it's just...
Yeah, but you feel your hands, you can feel...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like a grease on there, a film. That is so cool. That's amazing. I got to say thank you guys so much for letting us do this. This is awesome.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. I'll let you get back to napping now.
Come to me?
Yeah, if you want
great,
to.
Great. I'm ready for it.
Hi, smell me one more time. Oh, now you're going to follow us to the door.
I hope you're not talking to me.
Yeah. Now you're going to follow us to the door, huh?
In the mornings, they'll run to the door for food.
He's trying to get out. He's like, escape.
Get out.
All right, guys, so you all know how much we love Sobek, and Sobek is our dwarf caiman. Well, if you went to a caiman that wasn't a dwarf and you decided to go to like a full-size caiman, let's say, there's a lot of different caimans with, like black caimans, but this is one that you'll see in the pet trade a lot. This is what's called a spectacled caiman, and this would kind of be really the next size up past the two dwarf species. Now, personally, I'm going to tell you, this does not make a good pet for 99.99% of people. This does not make a good pet for including me. Okay, I mean, we've had to take for Sobek and use an entire koi pond to dedicate to Sobek. And Sobek isn't near this big, but this is a big animal. It can still get a little bit more size to it as well. And I want you to see the size of enclosure. So this is what you'd have to kind of dedicate in your house to really kind of do this right. I mean, this is a good size enclosure for this thing for life, but you really couldn't go a whole lot smaller. You could go a little smaller and still keep one of these, but this is, if you want a croc in your house, unless you live somewhere where the weather allows you to keep it outside for the majority of the year, like your places in Florida, things like that, but if you're like me and you're in a state where you're going to get a lot of cold weather and he's going to have to be indoors, this is probably pushing it. This is probably pushing it. You almost have to be a facility. But I wanted to share this with you so you could see the next size up past the two dwarf species. And he's pretty, a lot different color on him than what I have on Sobek, much more green. I think there's less banding here, but just kind of a really, really cool animal. One other thing you can look at is on Sobek, the tail. So on here, when you get into the spectacled, you get the one ridge that does stick up, but on the double ridge portion of the tail, they don't stick up that much. Whereas on the dwarf, those scales seem to be taller, and they kind of come and they meet and they make this single ridge also tall. These just seem to be more smoothed out along the way. So just kind of wanted to point that out. That's really all I've got. So if you go get you a little spectacled caiman, plan on what it's going to be. It ain't gonna stay small. All right, guys, it turns into this, maybe even a little bigger. So you just gotta be ready for it. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to another facility now. We've shared with you everything we wanna share here. There's so much here. If you find yourself in this area, I highly recommend coming here. Staff is wonderful. They showed us a great time. They let us handle a lot of animals, but it wasn't just us. I saw them bringing animals out for every other customer here, taking time to explain things, taking time to answer questions. And that's really what you want in a facility like this, right? You want staff to be able to come and answer those questions, interact with people. I saw them interact with kids. We caught a bird training show. So there's all kinds of things to do here at Rainforest Adventures, and it should be a stop on your list if you find yourself in the Gatlinburg area. You know, I always look for an animal adventure anywhere I go because I love them. And I will come back to this place again. I guarantee you I had such a wonderful experience. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.